In this lesson, we'll be factoring trinomials. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to factor a trinomial in the form of x squared plus bx plus c. A quadratic trinomial has a degree of 2, which means that the largest exponent is 2. The standard form of a quadratic trinomial is ax squared plus bx plus c. A, b, and c are numbers. So the factors of a quadratic trinomial means that we need two binomials that multiply together to equal that trinomial. So the way we find that is we look for the two numbers whose sum is equal to b and product is equal to c. So what two numbers multiplied together to equal c and add together to equal b? So we'll talk about some different strategies: guess and check, the diamond, the box. So when we factor it, when we find the two numbers that add together to equal b and multiply together to equal c, we put those two numbers here and here. They could be negative because if c is negative, one of the two factors has to be negative. Then you can just distribute to check your answer. If it can't be factored, we consider it prime, but this rarely happens. Okay, so we factor the trinomial and then we check our answer. So what two numbers multiply together to equal 24 and add together to equal 11? So I put here our factors of 24. So 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Well, when I add these, that equals 25. When I add these, it's 24. When I add these, it's 11. And when I add these, it's 10. So that means my two factors are x plus 3 and x plus 8. To check it, all right, so this is just me checking. This one is my answer. This is me checking. Oops. So x times x, x squared, x times 8, 8x, x times 3, 3x, and 3 times 8, 24. That's x squared plus 11x plus 24. Always check your answer. All right, we have another one, x squared minus 3x plus 2. So we're looking for what two numbers multiply together equal to 2 and add together equal negative 3. Well, the only factors of 2 are 1 and 2. But when I add those together, it's 3. So then this has to be negative 1 and negative 2. So that would be x minus 1, x minus 2. So if we check, x times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x. And negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Combine like terms, x squared minus 3x plus 2. All right, we have x squared plus 13 minus 48. So right here, I know one of my factors, one of my numbers there has to be negative. So I wrote down the factors of 48. And I need to find two that add together to be 13. Or subtract. Actually, this one I need it to subtract because I know that one of the factors has to be negative. So 48 minus 1 is 47. 24 minus 2 is 22. 16 minus 3 is 13. 12 minus 4 is 8. And 6 and 8 is 2. So here I've got 13. So I know it's 3 and 16. Since this is positive, that means this one has to be positive, and the 3 has to go with negative. That would give me a negative 48 when I multiply, but when I add them together, it would be positive 13. So my answer is x minus 3, x plus 16. Let's check it. X minus 3 times x plus 16. X times x is x squared. X times 16 is 16x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And negative 3 times 16 is negative 48. Combine like terms, x squared plus 13x minus 48. All right, factor the trinomial, FOIL the check. So again, we've got a negative here, so I know that it's going to be a subtraction. So what two numbers multiply together equal negative 35 and add together to equal negative 2? Well, the only factors of 35 are 1 and 35 and 5 and 7. So it has to be the 5 and 7 because the difference of this is 2 and the difference of this is 34. Now I have to just figure out which one is negative, the 7 or the 2. So, I mean the 7 or the 5. So since this is negative, that means this one has to be negative. So my solution is x plus 5, x minus 7. Let's check it. X times x is x squared. X times negative 7 is negative 7x. 5 times x is 5x. And 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. Combine like terms, x squared minus 2x minus 35. All right, the area of the flag is x squared plus, or z squared plus 15z plus 36. What is the perimeter? So first I need to find the factors that multiply to equal that z squared plus 15z plus 36. So again, I found the factors of 36. 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, and 6 and 6. So I'm looking for two factors that multiply together equal 36 and add together equal 15. So it looks like this one adds together to equal 15. So that would be 3 and 12. So it's x plus 3 times x plus 12. But it's asking me for the perimeter. So that means I have to add all four sides. So x plus 3 plus x plus 3 plus x plus 12 plus x plus 12. And together, that equals 4x plus 30. That's my answer. All right, negative times negative is positive. Negative times positive is negative.